Dave here from Garstang Guitars. Students often ask me how they can play effective solos, and I usually set them a task. But before I do, I have to explain what the process is, because they always ask me, oh, do I have to learn lots and lots of scales? Do I need to know lots about modes, lots of theory? Scales are very important. Modes can be very useful. I mean, practicing scales and practicing patterns on your fretboard will educate your fingers to, you know, do what you want them to, hopefully. So, you know, no amount of practice is wasted. You you really do have to put in the work to actually get that response, that fluidity with your fingers. But it's not about that particularly. You're missing the point if you think it's about that. What it's about is, obviously, sounds obvious, selecting the right notes for the right sequence, to give that sort of harmony, to give that feel of excitement, of dynamics, you know, even of discord. So what I say to my students is, right, okay, we'll pick a backing track, and the one I've chosen tonight is loosely based on "I Need Your Love So Badly" by Fleetwood Mac. It's a good sequence because it has two interesting movements. When it goes to the 4 chord, it then moves up a semitone, and that's a good movement. And then when it goes back to the root chord, it then moves down to the relative minor. And so you've got plenty of scope to put in some good bits of expression. So as I say, I'm only going to let my students, or anybody else who wants to watch this video, use 3 strings: 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. And I'm only going to let you use a 4-fret spacing, so that's from the 9th fret to the 12th fret. And I don't know if you can see that, but we're going to work on the following, and I'm going to give you like 6 notes that you can work with, and if you want any more, you've got to either move up chromatically between those notes, or bend, or micro bend even, to get the bits of notes that you want. So, you know, 3rd string, we're like 9th fret, and then the 11th fret. 2nd string, we've got 9th fret, no, we've got 10th fret, sorry, and the 12th fret. So that's 10th and 12th on the 2nd string, and on the 1st string, we've got 9th fret. And I am actually going to use the 10th fret as well, and the 12th fret. Okay? But it's 9th and 12th normally. So it's, you know, 9th, 11th, 10th, 12th, 9th, 12th. And within that, you can get all the notes we want. And the way to get the notes, as I say, is, you know, to bend or micro bend. Especially when you move up that semitone from the 4 chord, you're going to be doing some just micro bends to reach up to the note you want. So, you know, what I was doing in the sequence at the beginning, it's in the key of A. So, you know, you, as I say, on your 2nd string, that 10th fret is the note of A. That's your root note, your key note. And often to play that note, you can just play the note, but sometimes you come up from below to play it, to emphasise it, or from above. And plenty of welly with the vibratos. So if your first note is, the first chord is A in the sequence. Your next chord is a 7th. So again, so what have I done there? First chord is A, and I'm going to go and hammer on from the 9th to the 11th fret on the 3rd string, and then hit that root note, which is the 10th fret on the 2nd string. 9th to 11th, and then hit that 10th fret. And then you hit the A7th. Well, I'm going to bend from above here, so I'm going to, on the 2nd string, I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the 12th fret. I'm going to bend it up and then bend it down to the 12th again. And then pull it off to the A. And then hit that 11th fret on the 3rd string, and then back up to A again. So it's like, okay, then we're going to go to D, yeah? And here I'm walking up chromatically from the, on the 3rd string, from the 9th, 10th, 11th. And we're playing every single note. 9th, 10th, 11th. And then on the 2nd string, we're going to go 10th, 12th. And then hit 11th fret on the 3rd string, and then back to your A note, which is your 10th on your 2nd. So it's like, but then it moves up. Now I'm just going to use a 7th to move up, but it's actually a diminished chord. So we've gone like, you know, I don't know. So what I'm doing here is again the 12th fret on the 2nd string, just micro bending and reaching for that semitone above. It's actually a an E flat diminished 7th, but you're just reaching for that note. And then we go back to A, but the sequence there is just, instead of 4 on each chord, it's 2 on A, 2 on F sharp minor 7th, 2 on D, 2 on E. So what you do there is, and I want that note next, okay, for the F sharp minor 7th. So it's, but I told you can't use that note because we're only using up to the 12th fret. So we'll do what B.B. King does, which is put your third finger on that 12th fret and bend it up, actually a tone. So you bend it up to the 14th fret. Only he kills it dead. And you practice that. And again it's just then back to the 2nd string, bend up, bend down. And then you turn around. And you can just play around with A there. So put the backing track back on again and perhaps see, and again they're only ideas. I'm not asking you to copy exactly what I do, just use them as ideas and try and find the notes yourself. That's the only way you could do. Keep listening to the backing track and find the notes. So, here we go again. use a range of vibratos. Loudness and softness. Now I'm going to hit this note hard. So you're trying to, you know, between loudness and softness. Lots of vibrato. There's this micro bend. Reach for it. Okay, so you get the idea, and you have to play around with. That's the only way. Keep playing around with those notes, but being able only to use a few notes means you're not complicated with, oh, I've got to go up and down the fretboard, I've got this note to play, that note, but you've just got that small palette round there, that small box, and you've got to find vibratos, bends, micro bends, chromatic runs, and try and listen for the harmonies. When you play a key note, when you hit the A, that's okay, but just try and find a note that works. And I know it sounds like a bit of a vague thing, just sit there and find out, but it works. But it is. It's bend it till it fits, play it till it works. Those two things. Bend it till it fits, play it till it works. Play around with that backing track. Need Your Love So Badly. Drop it down off YouTube or whatever, if I'm allowed to say that. And actually listen to it again and again and again, so you've got it in your head. Then put it on, put your guitar on, and just try and work in that box. See what you can do. Thanks for watching. Dave Garstang Guitars.